18 and a half.
He's got board comments.
All right. Good evening. I'm going to call tonight's regular school board meeting to order. If you would please rise, followed by for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Board members, do you have any changes, amendments, additions, or deletions to tonight's agenda? All right, seeing none, superintendent, approval of the minutes?
I recommend approval of the minutes from the school board workshop, June 4th, 2018.
Okay,
So moved.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We have no representation or public input this evening. I don't see, so we are at our Educational Foundation report. Mr. Major, with his Red for Ed t-shirt on.
To Madam Chairperson, Ms. Luke, to all the board members, to the superintendent, and of course, you know who I am. I'm Doug Major, representing the Educational Foundation. My report for tonight is, I just want to let you know that we received $5,000 from the Dorothy Steves Charitable Trust for our back-to-school backpack fairs. Also, the Villages Rotary Club donated $24,500 to Take Stock in Children for scholarships. The Ruth and Roy Ryan Trust has agreed to fund 2 years of the ACE program at Leesburg High School.
Wow.
So we're excited about that. Yes, yes. Also, the board has voted to fund STEM robotic initiative for Umatilla Elementary School in the amount of $1,795 to start a robotics program called Makerspace. The board has also approved using the $50,000 in the state matching dollars for CTE programs in middle or high schools. Grant applications have been sent out to all the principals, and the deadline for the principals for them to return them is August 31st. We've kicked off our employee giving campaign at the leadership training that was at Lake Minneola High School on June 28th. The campaign is called It Just Makes Sense. And our hope is to get every employee to participate, even if they just donate $1. And we're hoping that everyone, and we are off to a great start because of the leadership training and our administrators that have just decided to give, and we just thank them for that. The Walt Disney has donated 500 tickets valued at $50,000 to the Educational Foundation. And the good part is we will be donating those and giving those out to the bus drivers of Lake County Schools. So
Wow.
that will be done in August. So we're excited about that, you know. I'm sure they'll be happy to get those. We've kicked off the Red for Ed campaign, of course. We're in our shirts, and it started July 1st. We have 115 drop-off sites this year. Last year we had 89, and now we're up to 115. And WQBQ, it keeps calling me saying, take a box here, because we're still adding as we go along. So we're excited that Red for Ed is on its way. We're collecting our school supplies and our non-perishable food items for Lake County School students this year. So August 6th is the drop-off time. We're having a big day on August 6th at Wooten Park. And at that time, WQBQ will be there live with their live channel as the businesses come in dropping off. We're going to be giving them a shout out on the radio. So we're looking forward to that day on August the 6th.
Who is your favorite drop-off point?
Matthias.
That was not rehearsed at all. I
I
didn't
know.
see that coming.
Now, you would have thought that he would have been in red tonight.
That's great.
Also, we want to announce that the backpack fairs will be on July 31st, on August 1st, and August 2nd. July 31st is in Tavares, at Tavares High School. August 1st, we will be at Eastridge High School, and August 2nd will be at Leesburg High School. We have identified our students. Letters are gone out to these parents, and we should have over 10,000 students and parents coming for those 3 days. So we're looking forward to that. So hopefully you can come and be with us. It's from 4 to 6 p.m. each night. We also want to announce that July 21st, right in the parking lot of the district office, July 21st, that's Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Collier's Financial Solutions will be having a shred for Ed, where you can come and you can shred for free as long as you bring school supplies. So we're looking forward to that. We're hoping there's going to be a great turnout, and they also have free food on that night, on that morning. So please come out and be with us. Stepping Out for Education is on its way, and that event will be July 27th and 28th, with rehearsal being July 26th. Good news, we have sold out for Saturday night, and Friday night is probably 90% sold out. So let me tell you, it's moving fast, and we're looking forward to a great time for the Stepping Out for Education. And our own Michael Randolph from Leesburg High School is dancing this year. So we're looking forward to him. Also with Casey Hobbs from USB, Chuck Hoyt from Besh Engineering, Joyce Huey from 2 Old Hags Wine Shop, Frank Remsen from Remsen, PA, and Kristen Nolan from Florida Cancer Specialist. So we do have tickets we are doing a discount ticket for Thursday night rehearsal for $50 for our school board employees who would like to attend, and you're going to get a real feel of the full show. You just want to, I don't see the difference, but it's going to be $50. So we're hoping that will sell out as well. I'm happy to announce that Mineola Elementary Charter has been selected as the winner for Region 3 in the state to receive the 2018 Family Community Involvement Award in the elementary category. And Mrs. Watts will be attending the state meeting on August 15th to accept this award. And so we are so excited that Mineola Elementary Charter has been chosen. Also, the Educational Foundation, we have our new slate of officers for 2018-2020, and they were installed by Judge Terry Neal on June 27, 2018. And Lillian Lockett is our retired from SunTrust. She's our past president. James Myers is of Bowen Schroff, PA. She's our new president. Brenda Peterson is our new vice president. She's from Fairwinds Credit Union. Rich Billings is from Citizens Bank. He's our new treasurer. And Peggy Fuller from Durastress is our new secretary. Alan Seabrook from USB and Dick Bowersox from Rowrich Corporation will remain as our executive directors. The next foundation board meeting will be July 25th. At the district office in Conference Room A. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions from me?
Board members? No, Mr. Major, thank you. It's a
Thank
pleasure to
you.
see you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we are on Mr. Johnson. I have nothing. All right, we are on our
Oh, wow.
consent agenda, Superintendent.
All right, well, I recommend approval of consent agenda items 8.01 to 10.10.
Okay, board
So
members?
moved.
Thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you very much. Superintendent's report.
So just a few things this evening. I'd like to invite everyone to Mount Dora High School next Thursday, July the 19th, from 9 to noon. We'll be hosting our first ever hiring event, looking for both instructional staff as well as non-instructional folks as well to fill positions such as bus drivers, food service assistants, custodians. We'll have both full-time and part-time employment positions available. So if you're interested in working for this fabulous school district, come out on July the 19th. Also, I'd like to thank Main Street Leasing. I know you've seen in the paper their generous contribution of $10,000 to the new art program at Triangle Elementary. This is just another example of the fabulous community outreach that we enjoy here. And when we added those new art and music positions, we knew that we were going to need some startup dollars for that, and we've had others come as well to help support those and new initiatives and get those programs up and running, so we're very appreciative of that. Also, since they're here this evening, I want to thank Amy Cockcroft and her crew. We did have our Summer Leadership Academy last week, or week before last, actually, and they did a fabulous job, and Dr. Weiskopf facilitated the training on our third day and just did a tremendous job, and I want to thank her for all of her work to prepare and facilitate that. It's hard in a room of 200-plus people to manage a crowd like that, and it was so engaging that everyone was just fully involved in learning together, and it was a fabulous week, so thank you all for that. And lastly, I know you were all deeply saddened to hear of the passing of Aurelia Cole last week. If you haven't seen the information on that, there is a visitation and wake on Friday evening, July the 13th from 6 to 8. And there's a funeral service on Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Family Christian Worship Center in Claremont. So if you need any additional information, but our condolences to her family. I know she's a tremendous loss and someone who I unfortunately didn't have an opportunity to work with, but I knew her quite well, it seemed, after just being here a few weeks, having had a chance to meet her twice during those early weeks, and spending some time getting a lot of wisdom and guidance from her. And so I know she'll be sorely missed by everyone here. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Superintendent. Mr. Mathias.
Did you have one other thing you were going to share?
I did. He just reminded me of that, and I said, well, my goodness.
And then I'll start.
I forgot, yes. I wanted to let the board know that I did receive last week a letter from a developer with a contract on our Dabney property. So Mr. Johnson has that. He'll be working to initiate that contract for a full amount of $725,000. This is what the asking price was, and that's the contracted amount on that property. So I wanted to let you know that we do have that intent to purchase.
Thank you.
And then that'll tee us up for I do want to say about the Dabney property, there was a totally misunderstanding in the Daily Commercial where I had received a phone call and asked if there was any interest in us participating because they were looking for somewhere to move the swimming pool to. And we, as a board, always will work within the community and try and sort things out. I am passionate about that piece of property, as you all know, and Mark and Stephanie, you have both supported me as we tried to honor Mrs. Menity, and that piece of property that was donated to the school district would serve kids. So from that, I received a phone call from a Tony Benge. Tony Benge had developed, we designed the kitchen for YMCA. He donated $1 million piece of property and built a YMCA to invest back in the Ocala community, an area that it was in need. He had heard about the story. He met, and we talked about Mrs. Menity and selling pies door to door. And I told him it was Don Quixote, and I could not speak for the board, but it was something that I was pretty passionate about, honoring a handshake that had been given some time ago but never executed, that the property would go to serve those kids. So he said that was what enticed him about the piece of property. He is building, this guy is for real, he's building the Marriott across the street. He's doing the renovation to Venetian Gardens, and he sees it a real investment. And with that investment is a commitment to serve our kids. And so all of that was based on a handshake, but sometimes a handshake means more than something's in writing. And so with that said, I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. Mathias. Mr. Dodd.
Yes. Well, since we last met, the day after we met last, the superintendent and I went down to Claremont and went before the city council and were able to secure deputy or officers from the Claremont Police Department to service the Claremont Elementary School. So that was a big win, big thrill to be able to foster in that partnership. And then the other item I'd like to report was I had a couple of days to go out and check out this Destination Lake a little bit. And I was, I'm thoroughly impressed. I tell you, one of the things that is just tremendous is that when the superintendent not only is able to hire, we're not only able to hire a great superintendent, but to attract talent. To listen to Dr. Weiskopf for that time, boy, I felt like I could have sat there for a week and just absorbed how much of a wealth of knowledge he is. So well done on that. It was a great opportunity, and a big kudos for including teachers this year. I think that's just a critical part of that, building that culture piece, and so it was great to be able to see some teacher leaders participate in that process and be able to take that back to their schools.
Thank you, Mr. Dodd. Mr. Gamble?
Okay. Thank you, Superintendent, for mentioning the donation there at Triangle. I thought that was a great thing, and it hit the paper, and that couple what happened was inspired them. They came in to help and honor kids that had made a successful grades on the assessment test, and whenever they were walking around, they asked the principal about some things they were seeing and some needs, and asked, what is something that you would like to have or you're looking at, and that's where all this came from. And so they put together a list of items that came up to this amount, and she was amazed when the check was written, and there it is. So hats off to her for doing that. It's great. And the couple that also donated it was given back to the community and to the kids there. And also with what Mr. Mathias presented there from Dabney that the superintendent spoke to, this property going back. And that's all I've got to say. Thank you. Oh, good job, Dr. Weiskopf.
Thank you, Mr. Gamble. Board members, all I have for you this evening, Dr. Burns has resigned from the Keep Lake Beautiful Committee. That term was till January 31st, 2021, and so we are electing Gary Rogers to be that staff person for the remainder of the term. Ms. Challenger is going to send a letter to the county commissioners. And I also needed to let you know that in 2 weeks, my daughter's softball team got a bid to a national tournament in South Carolina, so we'll be leaving on Sunday the 22nd to head up there and maybe take home a national title, so I won't be with you at the board meeting on the 23rd. So
What day is that again?
you are trying to stall me. This meeting is adjourned.
You won. 6:18. 6:18.